أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام. صدق الله العظيم.
President of the Republic of the Maldives, His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Muiz, United Nations Assistant Secretary General and UNDP Director for Asia and the Pacific, Ms. Kanni Vignaraja, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdullah Halil, Honorable Ministers of the Cabinet, esteemed partners of the diplomatic community, distinguished guests and partners from the government, civil society and the private sector, and colleagues from the United Nations Development Programme. A very warm welcome to all as we celebrate the past 45 years of the Maldives development journey, a trajectory that UNDP is proud to have been a part of. From moments of debilitating crises where the Maldivian communities worked in unison, to long-term national planning and strategizing where the beautiful principles of pluralism and diversity of thought of our societies shone brightly, it is both a privilege and an honor to preside over this event to celebrate these accomplishments and the continued partnership between UNDP and the Maldivian community. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight as we commemorate the anniversary of UNDP's 45+ years of dedicated support to the Maldivian community. We are honored to have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as our co-hosts tonight. This occasion marks more than 4 decades of mutual collaboration and shared achievements in our collective goal of truly feeling and realizing sustainable development in the country. Since the commencement of our physical presence in the Maldives back in 1978, UNDP has played a pivotal role in shaping the Maldives' development journey, building on from the drive and the passion of the Maldivian community, which has keenly shown working towards increased resilience and our collective comfort.
Dive Rajya Raisul Jumhuriya, Dr. Mohammad Muiz, Alif Dalg Assistant Secretary General, Adi Alif Dalg Taraggiya Behe Jamiya, UNDP Director for Asia and the Pacific, Ms. Kanni Vignaraja, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdullah Halil, Ministerung Diplomatic Mandubung, Sarkar Madani Jamiya, Amila Kumfanitaka Jamayatakung, Vadagan Tibevi Emmeha Mehmarno. Adi UNDP ke muazzafung, Assalamu alaikum, Adi marhaba. Dive Rajya ke Taraggi ke London tang hasil kurum ke masaketaka UNDP mivet vediya 40 වන ගින මුද්දතක තෙරේගා එකුග කුරවණ masaketaka hodunu කාමියාබීත ෆාහ කුරුම්ගේ මිහාස්ස හෆ්ලාය වඩන්නේ වීති හුරිහා මෙහමානුන්න වරන් ඉහලස්තර කමයි කිෂ කරදන්නවා මි හෆ්ලායකි වේතවේදිය 40 වසාර වරන් ගින අහරු දිවේ මුජ්තමාතකායකි කුරවණ masaketaka ಅದಿ ಏಕುಗ ಹಾಸಲ್ ಕೊರವನು ಕುರಿಯರುಂತ ಫಾಹ ಕೊರಮ ನೇಗೆ ವಗುತ್ಕೊಳೆ ನವಾರ್ಸ್ದೇಕ ಹದ್ದಿಹ ಅವ್ವಣ ಆಹಾರು ದಿವೈ ರಾಜ್ಯಗ ಗಾಯಂ ಕೊರವನು UNDPಗೆ ಫುರುತಮ ಒಫಿಹಾಯಕು ಅದಾ ಹಮಯ ಕೊರವನು ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಸಕ್ಕತೆಗ್ಗ ಅದಿ ಏಕುಗ ಹಾಸಲ್ ಕೊರವನು ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಲಂಡಂಡಿಯಗೆ ಫಾಹತುಗ ವಣಿ ದಿವೆಹಿ ರಯಿತುಂ ಮೀರೆ ಮಿಫಾಹ ಕೊರವೆ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಾಮಿಯಾಬಿಯಕಿ ದಿವೆಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಸಕ್ಕೆತ್ತೆರಿಕಮ ಕೊರಿಯರುಮಂ ಹುರಿ ರೂಹ ಅದಿ ತಫಾತು ಎಕೇಕಿ ಹಿಯಾಲ್ತಕ ಎಕುಗ ಮಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊರಮ್ಗೆ ರಿವೆತಿ ಮಿಸಾಲ್ತೋಗೆ ಮಚ್ಚ ಬಿನಾವಿಫಾವ ಕಾಮಿಯಾಬಿತಕೆ ಫಾಯಿತ್ ವೆದಿಯ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಅರುಣೆಂ ಹಾಹಾರು ಮಿ ರಿವೆತಿ ಮಿಸಾಲ್ತೋಗೆ ಮಚ್ಚ ಬಿನಾಕೊ ಇಯಾದ ಕೊರವನಿ ರೂಹೆಕ್ಕ ಎಕುಗ ಮಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊರಮಿ ಅಳುಗಣ್ಮೆಂಗೆ ವರಬ್ಬೊಡು ಶರಫೆ
Tonight, as we celebrate not only this illustrious past, but also our shared vision for an exciting future rooted in sustainability and innovative wonder, it is our pleasure to be the coordinators of this ceremony. My name is Umar Mavi Ali from UNDP-Maldives.
Adi algonge namaki Aishat Nayashin Ahmad, UNDP-Maldives ke farato. Mi hafla feshumge gotung algond emme furutama warang ada berikamaiki midannawalani Divai Rajyege Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdullah Halil Haflage emmeha baverinna marhabage baskole dennewma.
To commence the welcoming, I would first like to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs to deliver the welcome address. Please join me in welcoming His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Halil to address the gathering.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. His Excellency President Dr. Mohammad Muiz, Ms. Kani Vagnaraja, United Nations Assistant Secretary General, United Nations Development Program Assistant Administrator, and Regional Director for Asia and Pacific, Cabinet Ministers, Mr. Enrico Cavaglia, the resident representative of the United Nations Development Program in the Maldives, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good evening. Today, we celebrate a milestone of the UNDP-Maldives partnership. Over 45 years of strengthening institutions, supporting policy development, connecting partners, and empowering women and young minds for a more resilient, prosperous, and sustainable Maldives. Together, we have been able to accomplish so much, from changing the pace and scale of our economic development to making meaningful difference in the lives of Maldivians across the country. Excellencies, at the time UNDP opened its country office in the Maldives, we were just over a decade into regaining our independence, struggling to address extremely high poverty rates, low quality and limited access to healthcare, deficiencies in the education system, poor infrastructure and institutions, and weak economic growth and limited industries. But with the support of the UN agencies, including UNDP and other international partners, we were able to better address and transform these structural challenges into our strength. The financial and technical assistance helped reshape the public sector and enhance the government's capability to capitalize on economic opportunities and people's potential. Our partnership saw further fruition down the line in the post-tsunami period towards our graduation from the least developed country category in 2011. Later, during during and after the COVID-19 pandemic, and more recently in formulating the Strategic Action Plan and the 20-year National Plan for Development Plan for the Government of the Maldives. Excellencies, as His Excellency the President announced at the General Debate of the 79th session of the UN General Assembly, the Maldives is now gearing up to become a developed nation by 2040. This is a race we can and we must win. The areas of actions are clear. It includes empowering youth, creating an inclusive digital economy, and accelerating sustainable development. It includes fostering a digital economy that will contribute up to 15% of GDP by 2030. And this transition would be incomplete without the implementation of the Antigua and Barbuda for small island developing states, which is also called ABAS as an acronym, adopted at the 4th States Conference held in Antigua and Barbuda. As a leading voice for the SIDS, and as a nation that took a lead role in formulating ABAS, which outlines the ambitious goal of small island developing states to build resilient economies, we are determined to lead by example on resilience and innovation. What is needed are enhanced partnerships and partners that are willing to make the difference. And I am confident that we will receive the support of UNDP and other international partners in this endeavor. These areas are, in fact, key priorities in our collaboration with UNDP. Excellencies, before I conclude, I wish to thank His Excellency President Dr. Muiz and the UN Assistant Secretary General, UNDP Assistant Administrator and Regional Director for Asia and the Pacific, Ms. Wagnaraja, for gracing this occasion. Your presence at this celebration shows the value this partnership holds on both ends. I also thank the team at the UNDP and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for all the effort put into making this event a success. As we head towards 50 years of Maldives UNDP partnership, we are reassured that the partnership will continue to thrive and yield progress and prosperity in the years to come. I thank you all.
Thank you for your uplifting words, Minister. The partnership and successes we have enjoyed together are a testament to the support and collaboration extended to us by the Foreign Service of the Maldives. UNDP has remained steadfast with the people of Maldives, both in times of crisis and in times of prosperity. Over the past 45 years or so, we have together made extraordinary leaps and bounds in transforming our community into a developed society where access to a quality life defined by innovation and curiosity, resilience and sustainability remains of paramount importance. From the first forays into the mechanical and digital worlds to better understanding steps to tackle the climate crisis, eking towards us, to investing in both the Maldivian people and our systems of governance and economic organizing, we are proud to have been a partner in this exciting journey.
Shukriya, Minister. Adi dive rajye ke foreign service ke hitari kama e baadulumaki algan mege masakata kami abitaka ituru furiham kame genwa de bare. Mivetvedia salis fasar terega dive mujtamayen wani nuhanu bodeti taraggi ge kurieruntan hasil koffa emme furutama injinu li donitawge raaluta ಅಳಗಣ್ಮೆಂಗೆ ಗೊಂಡೊತ್ತಕ ಬೀಸಾಲುಮುಂ ಫೆಶಿಗೆಂ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ದುನಿಯೆ ತಾರಫ್ವೆ ಉಮ್ರಾಣಿ ಅದಿ ಮುವಾಸಲಾತಿ ಎತಕೆ ಕೊರಿಯರುನ್ ತಕೆ ವಣಿ ಹಾಸಿಲ್ ಕೊರೈಫಾ ಮಿ ಮಸಕ್ಕೆತ್ತಕೊನ್ ದಿವೆಹಿ ಮುಜ್ತಮಾವ ವಣಿ ಎಕಾವಿಸ್ ವಣಗಾರುನ ಲೋಹುಳುವಿ ತಯ್ಯಾರ್ ವೆಫಾವಾ ಮುಜ್ತಮಾವಕ ಬದಲ್ ವೆಫಾ ಮಿ ಕೊರಿಯರುನ್ ತೋಗೆ ಫಾತುಗ ಅಬದು ಎಸ್ವಾ ಬಾರಕಿ ಅಳಗಣ್ಮೆಂಗೆ ಉಫೆದ್ದುನ್ ತೆರಿಕಮ ತಫಾದು ಹಿಯಾಲ್ತಕೊಂ ಮಿಸಾಲು ನೆಗುಮೆ ರಿವೆತಿ ಆದಕಾದತ ಮಿ ಮಿಸಾಲ್ ತಕಶಾ ಅದಿ ಫಾಯಿತ್ ವೆದಿ ಆಹಾರ್ತೋಗ ದಿವೆಹಿ ಮುಜ್ತಮಾವಿನ್ ಫೆನುನು ಎಕಿ ಕೊರಿಯರುಂತ ಶಾಮಿಲ್ವಾ ಗೊತ ದಿವೆಹಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ತರಗ್ಗಿಗೆ ದತುರುಗೆ ಕುರು ಹುಲಾಸಾಯ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋಗೆ ಸಿಫಾಗ ವಣಿ ತಯ್ಯಾರು ಕೊರೇಫಾ ದೆನ್ ಕೊರಿಯನ್ ಒತಿ ಮಿ ವೀಡಿಯೋ ಇಫ್ತಿತಾಹ್ಕೊ ಹಫ್ಲಾಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆಹಾ ಮೆಹಮಾನುನ ದಿವೆಹಿ ದತುರು ದಕ್ಕಾಲು.
To take a moment and reflect on this journey thus far, next we will showcase the screening of the UNDP 45+ film Divehi Daturu, developed especially for this event.
For over 45 years, the Maldives has navigated profound challenges and made major strides in its journey towards sustainable development, with the United Nations Development Programme as a steadfast partner. This is a story of trust, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of building a better tomorrow for the people of the Maldives. In March 1978, UNDP opened its first office in Male, aiding one of the world's most isolated nations. Maldivians face severe challenges, including a cholera epidemic and lack of access to daily necessities. On a motorboat named Sulha, the Maldivian word for peace, UNDP delivered essential supplies to remote communities to tackle issues such as clean water, nutrition, and education. In the 1960s and 70s, the Maldives' main export was dried, smoked, and salted fish. The 1971 fish crisis spurred the government's push for mechanization, an initiative supported by UNDP and other partners. The shift from sailboats to motorboats, alongside proper training, revolutionized the fishing industry and brought new prosperity to local fishermen. Today, the Maldives leads sustainable practices, with UNDP supporting initiatives like electric minibuses and the solar-powered agriboat to cut post-harvest losses and emissions. Tourism, now the bedrock of the Maldivian economy, was once an untapped opportunity. As early as 1966, UNDP assessed the challenges hindering tourism development and recommended key infrastructure upgrades. Assisting Maldives' tourism vision, UNDP supported the upgrade of the main airport that was inaugurated in 1981. It opened the doors to a thriving tourism industry that now welcomes millions of visitors every year. It was also in the 1980s that Maldives took a technological leap, bringing in the country's first computer with UNDP's support and training local talent, seeding the roots of today's digital revolution. This early investment has since grown into a highly digitized economy, which plays a critical role in the country's development. From its early days and well into the 1990s, UNDP's commitment to leave no one behind has shaped many aspects of the Maldives' growth, especially initiatives linked to poverty reduction targeting those most in need. From the devastation of the 2004 tsunami to the economic challenges of 2008 recession, from the COVID-19 pandemic to climate change risks, UNDP has been a partner in the effort to build back better, rebuilding lives, restoring livelihoods, and developing resilience. Since the dawn of the Maldives' democratic journey, UNDP has assisted in advancing reforms to facilitate the country's first free elections, the ratification of its constitution, and the establishment of independent bodies like the Supreme Court, the Elections Commission, and the Prosecutor General's Office. The Maldives' development journey has been vibrant and diverse, and UNDP has been proud to support it. From promoting gender equality to advancing environmental conservation, our joint ventures have included the development of gender quotas, the establishment of the Maldives' first UNESCO World Biosphere Reserve, and the creation of a groundbreaking climate action framework. Today, we celebrate this extraordinary journey marked by the power of partnership, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to a sustainable tomorrow for the prosperity of our people and the planet.
Thank you. To welcome the guests to our celebration on behalf of UNDP-Maldives, I now humbly invite our resident representative, Mr. Enrico Govelia, to say a few words. Resident representative, if you may.
Honorable President of the Republic of Maldives, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Muizu, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdullah Khalil, and our wonderful co-host, Her Excellencies Kani Vignaraja, UN Assistant Secretary General, UNDP, Assistant Administrator and UNDP Regional Director for the Bureau of Asia and the Pacific, Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear colleagues, friends, Assalamu alaikum. If I had to come back from the 100+ years of UNDP in Maldives, it will be no other day than today for the 45+ celebration of our long-lasting partnership and friendship with the Maldivian people. For more than 4 decades, we have seen the country welcoming guests in a constant awe of Maldives' pristine natural beauty. I would not have come back in any other moments than right now, when important milestones are being laid out and shaping the country's future. This event is not just a celebration of UNDP milestones, but rather a storytelling of all that we have achieved together. Every single one of you present here shares a stake in this journey, and I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say what an honor and privilege it has been to be a small part of that Maldives evolution. To all our partners, thank you for your unwavering commitment. The sum of your experiences are today giving us a moment of reflection. It is indeed a privilege for UNDP to have witnessed Maldives' journey through our collective work, and we remain committed to multiplying our acquired knowledge with those who are here, those who have been here, those who have left us, and those who have left an indelible mark as we continue to make strides and shape the future for this nation. We are one. We are always been one. A note of gratitude to our wonderful co-host, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and predecessor also, His Excellency Zamir, for all the work in handing over the support of this, who have been a steadfast supporter since day one. The moment today symbolizes decades of trust, collaboration, and shared success. So let me share today the vibes of a chant I've learned with your exceptional team at the margin of a soccer field. Karaji, Kariji, for the strong support of all this rest on this mission and all the missions that we've been having together. And thank you all for the wonderful support you're giving to us. Thanks also to my wonderful team that has been with us in these weeks and with me in these years in Maldives. It is also an immense gratitude that I would like to thank Honorable President of the Republic Maldives, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Muizzu, his cabinet ministers, working with us daily, and dignitaries that to share some of the time with us tonight. Thank you. And as we keep going deep into the issues on a daily basis, and before I find a way back to that future with the horizon in sight, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce you UN Assistant Secretary General and Director of UNDP in the region, Ms. Kanni Vignaraja. Thank you for joining us, Kanni. It is great to have you here to witness even more closely the impact of our collective efforts. With that, and my distinct honor to invite you on the stage to share a few words. Ms. Kanni Vignaraja.
Your Excellency, Honorable President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu, Honorable Dr. Abdullah Khalil, the Foreign Affairs Minister and our delightful co-host, all the cabinet ministers, distinguished ambassadors, guests, and friends. Assalamu alaikum. It was September 1965 that the Maldives joined the United Nations. And quite soon after, they reached out to UNDP, seeking a development partner to review the initial assessment of tourism potential in this country. UNDP heeded that call and supported the country from offshore, based in Sri Lanka, for a dozen years or so, before establishing its office here in the Maldives in 1978. So now you know why we call it 45 years plus, because it is actually closer to 58. But no one's counting. Enrico is already 100 plus, he said on his T-shirt. Now, one of UNDP's first efforts was to deploy the first motorboat to test it. It was named Sulha, well named for peace, and a novel mode of transport at that time by which to reach remote communities. That year, we were able to support the government's efforts in delivering vital supplies and services to 22 atolls. It is quite amazing, and I was very pleased to be part of the launch just this week of the AgriBoat, showing the whole evolution. This is a solar-powered freezer on the water that can go very quickly between the islands. Now, in the years between, Maldives has made remarkable progress towards democratic governance, embracing technology and biodiversity, and further pursuing human development growth. As in many countries, these are always works in progress. And like many developing countries, it carries a heavy debt burden when facing limited liquidity and high borrowing costs. The leadership's and the people's concerns around poverty eradication, inequality, the future of work, and the climate crisis are ever present. And it is good to see these being the fundamentals of a 20-year planning vision that His Excellency the President has introduced. And at the Summit of the Future and the recent UN General Assembly, where I had the privilege to meet and exchange with His Excellency the President, world leaders came together, sharing their resolve to see and drive change. The pact of the future is this resolve. And in his address in New York, President Muizzu emphasized balancing economic progress with the preservation of the country's natural beauty and marine resources. UNDP shares that vision, that one does not need to come at the expense of the other. So as the nation moves forward, UNDP stands as a steadfast, trusted partner in a continuing story of the nation reaching its full potential through stable and capable institutions, many of which we have supported in this 45-year journey and through people's creativity and well-being. This means continuously investing in social justice, peace, and innovation. Today, we look back to look forward in discussion with our national stakeholders and our partners. UNDP focuses on 3 development drivers that we feel can even now leapfrog Maldives' sustainable progress. First, to help the country maximize access to affordable, sustainable financing. The Maldives, like many SIDS, faces a unique set of vulnerabilities and related financing challenges. This uniqueness must be recognized and appreciated in its space to negotiate and access global SDG and climate finance. So we hope the upcoming COPs and G20 recommendations continue to move this agenda favorably, and UNDP will continue to work on new and innovative financing mechanisms to support this country. The second is integrating climate and nature-positive actions, where the acceleration to renewables, strengthening biodiversity conservation, and nature-based solutions to water and waste are prioritized. And the third is digital transformation. We brought in those first computers to this country and the mainframe at the time. It also has now helped in areas of governance and service delivery. These efforts were given a big push, strangely positively, by COVID, because UNDP has to fast step up efforts in the Maldives to ensure essential services continued in areas of rule of law and justice. Today, we extend these digital and tech efforts to maximize other opportunities to improve transparency, access to skills and markets, while also ensuring this sets up a vibrant ecosystem for young people. It was so inspiring to see the young entrepreneurs in Formula yesterday. It was my first visit to that island, and it is thriving in this new context. So, Excellencies, dear friends, I want to close with a word of deep appreciation to the national and international partners, to my UN system colleagues, for the support to UNDP and to the UN as a whole. All of you continue to believe in the value and the values of multilateralism. In a world so fractured today by distrust and disrupted by wars and disasters, we need to stand together and to cherish, renew, and invest in those core values that defined the UN Charter that the Maldives signed in 1965. So with the new 20-year plan and vision that can frame a public dialogue on the future of development for the Maldives, the core tenets of the Charter come alive. As President Nelson Mandela reminded us, it is in your hands to make a better world for all those who live in it, and it will always seem impossible till it is done. So for UNDP, we commit to walk with you in this journey of continued discovery to contribute to that better world. You can count on us. I thank you. Shukriya.
Thank you, Mr. Enrico Gavelia and Ms. Kanni Vignaraja, for your insightful addresses. Ms. Vignaraja, it is indeed a great pleasure to have you in our midst this evening.
දැන් කුරියන්වති හෆ්ලාගේ වරම් මුනාසබ් වගුත් කොಳೆ දිවෙහි රාජ්‍යයක UNDP-න් කුරියක්ගෙන්දා එකියකි මසක් ඇත්තවගේ මච්චබ් බිනාකෝ කොම්මೆ ಆಹಾರಕ ಶಾಯರ್ ಕುರೆವೆ ಐಲೆಂಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಮಜಲ್ಲಾಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಫಹುಗೆ ಅದದು ಇಫ್ತಿತಾಹ ಕೊರುಂ ಮಿ ಅದದು ಹಾಸ್ಯಕೊಲ್ಲೆ ಫಮಿವಣಿ ವೇತುವೆದಿಯ ಸಾಳಿಸ್ ಫಸ್ಸಾರುಗೆ ತೇರೇಕ ದಿವೆಹಿ ಮುಜ್ತಮಾವತಕ ಕುರಿಮತಿವಿ ಎಕಿಯಕಿ ಗೊಂಜೆಹುಂತಕ ಅದಿ ಎಕಂಕಮುಂ ಅರಾಗತುಮೆ ಕುರೆವಣ ಮಿನ್ನೆ ಮಸಕ್ ಎತ್ತಕ ತರಗ್ಗೀಗೆ ಕಾಮಿಯಾಬಿತವಗೆ ಮಚ್ಚ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಗದ್ದೆಂ ಮಿಹಾರ್ ಮಿ ದಕ್ಕಾಲ್ ದೆನಿ ಫಾಯ್ತ್ ವೆದಿಯ ಆಹಾರತವಗೆ ತೆರೆ ನೆರವುಣ ಐಲೆಂಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಮಜಲ್ಲಾತವಗೆ ಮಂಜರ್ತಕೆ.
And now we reach a very special moment in our agenda. It is our pleasure to share with you the latest issue of UNDP Maldives' flagship publication, the Island Life magazine. This particular issue was developed especially to celebrate our 45 plus years of shared progress. Island Life features stories that highlight key development challenges faced by the people of the Maldives and the collaborative efforts between UNDP, the government, and our partners to address these issues. The publication includes perspectives from the government, civil society, development partners, as well as stories of the passionate communities and individuals that we work with. To unveil this special edition of the Island Life magazine, may I kindly and humbly invite the President of the Maldives, His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Muiz, the UN Assistant Secretary General and UNDP Director for Asia and the Pacific, Ms. Kanni Vignaraja, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Halil, to do the honors. Thank you so much. UNDP is also honored to present His Excellency, the President of the Maldives, with the memento of the Island Life magazine 45 plus issue. May I kindly invite the President, His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Muiz, and the UNDP Maldives resident representative, Mr. Enrico Gavelia, to do the honors. Thank you, Resident Representative. May we now invite His Excellency, the President, to address the occasion.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, we gather here to commemorate 45th anniversary of the United Nations Development Program in the Maldives. 45 years is a significant milestone in the partnership between the Maldives and the United Nations. It is a moment to celebrate a partnership that has withstood the test of time, a partnership that has evolved and adapted to meet the aspirations and challenges of our people, a partnership that reflects our shared belief in progress, development, and human dignity. A partnership and joint commitment to sustainable development and a future where every Maldivian has the opportunity to thrive. Together, we have charted a course from a time when the Maldives was just beginning to explore its potential to the modern, resilient, and forward-looking nation we are today. Since opening its country office in the Maldives in 1978, UNDP has been a steady presence in our journey towards sustainable development. The expert support from UNDP played a key role in the Maldives' graduation from a least developed country in 2011. From the early days of addressing quite basic development needs to the more recent initiatives focused on climate resilience, economic diversification, and social inclusion, women's empowerment, good governance, and institutional reform, UNDP has played a pivotal role in shaping the Maldives' development trajectory, particularly those driven by the innovative and creative spirits of young people. Each project, each initiative, and each success story over the past 45 plus years reflects our collective efforts and the transformative impact on our partnership. Together, we have navigated challenges and celebrated victories, and forged a path towards a brighter future for our nation amidst the challenges of a rapidly changing world. I look forward to the exhibition that will be unveiled later this evening, which I'm told illustrates this journey thus far. There are stories of resilience in the face of adversity, lessons drawn from successes along the way, and all in all, our mutual commitment to development. In my address to the United Nations General Assembly last month, I announced my vision for the Maldives, which is that by 2040, I wish to see the Maldives as a full-fledged developed nation, a nation that commands respect and embodies resilience. I also announced my intention to transform the Maldives with a digital economy that can contribute up to 15% of our GDP by 2030. We count on the support of UNDP in achieving these goals and to appreciate the assistance provided to us in forming the 20-year development plan and the government's strategic action plans, both of which are currently undergoing. The Maldives has made great strides in our journey towards prosperity and sustainable development. They represent the lived experiences of Maldivians of better prospects and brighter futures. For this, we owe a debt of gratitude to the UN team in the Maldives, past and present, who have played a part in our development journey. You have our deepest appreciation. As we look ahead, we are committed to continuing this partnership with renewed vigor and determination. The challenges ahead are formidable, but with UNDP on our side and by our side, we are confident in our ability to build a more resilient, inclusive, and prosperous Maldives. Let us continue to work together to ensure every citizen is provided accessible solutions to live a fulfilling life. Together, we can face the challenges that confront us on our path. Together, we can ensure that the fruits of our development reach every corner of our beautiful country, leaving no one behind. And together, we can continue to transform our nation for generations to come. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your words resonate deeply within us and the work that we do, and we remain steadfast and excited to continue contributing to the shared journey of sustainable development and prosperity for the Maldives. This brings us to a close of the event. It has been our pleasure to host you all as we celebrate the continued support and partnership extended between UNDP and the Maldivian community. The Island Life publication will be readily accessible for review via our official websites and social media platforms starting next week. Additionally, specially prepared gift packs will be available for your collection at the conclusion of the event. This exclusive gift pack features innovative, environmentally friendly stationery that, when planted after use, will sprout leaves, symbolizing our shared dedication to environmental sustainability. We trust that you will enjoy these mementos from our gathering tonight as much as we did curating them. A special preview of the UNDP 45+ exhibition Divehi Datur is now screened towards the back of the hall, where all guests are invited to have a look through. Refreshments are also served, so please enjoy your evening. And once again, thank you for your time and continued support in both working together and celebrating the continued development of our country. Thank you.
මේ හෆ්ලාග බෑවැරි විහුරිහා මෙහෙමානුන් අදිවස් එෆ්ආර් අල්ගන්මෙන්ගේ හිතුගේ එම්ම ෆිම්මනුන් ශුකර දන්නවා හෆ්ලාගේ නිමුමා හිසාබ වාසිල් වෙෆාවායර විමාලම්ගේ ෆහතුගා මිහාර වණි UNDP 45 මවරස් දිවෙහි දතුරුගේ කුඩ ප්‍රිවියුවේ හුරිහා මෙහෙමානුන් වෙස් දක්වාලෙයිෆා අල්ගන්මෙන් දාවත අරවණි හුරිහා මෙහෙමානුන් වෙස් බීලම් මීරු කොල්ලෙවම කායකෝ මේ ප්‍රිවියු බල්ලවල්ලෙවම අදි මීරේ ඉෆ්තිතාහ් කරවන මජල්ලා අල්ගන්මෙන්ගේ වෙබ්සයිට් අදි සෝෂල් මීඩියා ඉන් කුරියන් වෙන් හෆ්තාගේ තේරේක බලවල්ලෙ වෙන adi UNDP 45 munasabata tayyar kurefawa ijadi adi timawata ratti hadia tie emeha befulunna event nimumun mi malamun algonmen raddu kottena adivesefar shukuru dannavumun bajjaveriyakan ede wassalamu alaikum